to the Beckoning Bookshelf. I am your host, Jeffrey Ashcraft. I talked about this book briefly when I did my book haul video. It was one of the impulse buys that I purchased, and I knew nothing about it and said that I wasn't sure if I was going to do an episode on it. And if I had anything interesting to say, then I would. Well, after I did that, I realized that I should do an episode on it regardless because it's a book that I know nothing about. I'm reading the book, so I should tell you what I think. I should have something to say about it regardless, right? Well, luckily, I read it and I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. So I'm talking about Scurry. This was both written and illustrated by Mac Smith and was published in a print form in 2024 by Image Comics. Now, the reason why I emphasized the print form is because this actually started as a web comic in 2016, I believe. That's the earliest posting I could find. And the idea that this started as a web comic? Wow! Such detail. The art is great, by the way. And the web comic is still available online. You can read this entire story for free on the internet. So, if you want to do that, feel free. But if you like the story, buy a print copy. Actually, support the author. Now, I apparently bought the collected edition, which I didn't know. You can also buy the story in 3 separate volumes, and I bought it in the one collected volume, which also comes with a reader's guide, lo and behold. Didn't expect that. I'm reading a lot of books with reader's guides. Yes, some of them, well, the majority of them are the Wingfeather Saga, but it's kind of funny that I also got a graphic novel that has a reader's guide. So what is this book about now that I've read it? Well, it follows 2 mice, Pict and Wix, as they strive to save their colony from starvation after the humans have vanished. Well, of course, they have a lot of threats to face, including large ones outside, but also threats from within as well. So will they succeed in saving the colony, and will winter ever end? I might have given you a bit of a hint as to what's going on in this world with that last little bit. So first off, let's just get this out of the way. The art is fantastic. That's what caught my eye initially, is I really liked the art. I liked the colors. I liked the illustration. The animals look fantastic. They really do just look majestic, wondrous, magical. It is wonderful. I absolutely love it. Just the colors are all still both realistic and mystical at the same time as well. So, and I'll be showing some of the illustrations. I might still be showing them now. I don't know how many illustrations I'm going to show. But regardless, great art, super fantastic. I'm glad that it caught my eye. The story is also pretty good too, and a lot of people compared it to The Secret of Nim, which I can kind of see those comparisons. Like treachery within the colony, a mouse trying to dealing with big threats, But I like how the story doesn't go exactly where you expect it to go. And you encounter a lot of different animals, a lot of different situations, a lot of different allegiances and purposes. I thought it was all really, really well done in the story. And interestingly, with comparisons with The Secret of Nim, there's hints to some magic in this book as well. Now, with Secret of Nim, the magic is just in your face. Here, it's more hinted at in 2 ways. First, the animals talk about human things, like human development, as kind of magical events, mythical events, because they don't really comprehend what's going on, right? So I really like that approach. I like how Mac Smith has the animals describe what humans are doing, because he has them describe it in a very animal way, in a way that they understand. And we know it's not magic. But there are other hints to something magic actually occurring. And some of it's magic, potentially. Some of it's nature that the animals still don't understand. There are witches, for example. And if you're thinking, oh, pointed hats and brooms and wands. No. Nope. Wrong witches. They do not look like that at all. So I love the hint at magic, but not the possibility of magic. Let me put it that way. And it's not just blatantly apparent that magic is there or that magic doesn't exist. It allows an open idea and understanding of it, which I thought was really cool. I really enjoyed that. So, last thing I want to talk about is an activity from the Reader's Guide. So, I thought this Reader's Guide was particularly good. I really enjoyed it, but it also gives not just questions, but activities to do. And it gives you 4 ideas of activities, 3 of which are decent. I thought were pretty good, but 4 I was really excited about. I don't think I'll actually do this because I don't really have the time, but if I was a kid and I had more time, yeah, I'd probably do it. It'd be awesome. So here's the suggestion of an activity. You have been hired to create a soundtrack for Scurry. Choose songs to feature in the soundtrack. And it goes on with a few more details, but I think that's fantastic. Not just the activity itself, but also its approach. I like the fact that it says that you've been hired. So as a kid, suddenly you're thinking, oh, I now have a job. Is it a real job? No, but in your mind, I now have a task to accomplish. And that's a really good thing to help children with, is to give them purpose, give them meaning. It's not just, hey, would you like to develop a soundtrack? No, it's you've been hired to make a soundtrack. I like that approach. And I like the activity as well, to actually make a soundtrack for the book. That'd be a lot of fun. So, I've never done that. And I know some people have. I've seen playlists for books online. I've never done it, and I don't know if I ever will, because it's a lot of work. But, I don't know. And it might be that I know the origins of whatever music I'm choosing, and I know the origins don't fit the new purpose. So that might be one of my problems. But regardless, love the activity, love the suggestion. It's great. So, have you read Scurry? Are you familiar with this? And further, have you read any books with mice or seen movies with mice? Secret of Nim. Yeah. Do you like mice? I know a few people who don't like real life mice. So I don't know if they care about fictional mice. I know they don't like real life mice. But so have you read Scurry? What do you think of Scurry? I would love to see this adapted to a TV show. That would be awesome. I think it'd be so cool. But the quality of animation, it's a pretty high hurdle to meet with just how fantastic this art is. The show is gonna have to look awesome if it's gonna even be comparable to this, in my personal opinion. I would also love to see Mac Smith do more work. To my knowledge, this is the only work he's done. To my knowledge, this is all his only published work. He might have some more web comics out there that I haven't seen, but I would love to see more of his work because, again, like I said, fantastic. I'm sounding like a broken record now. Yeah, I know. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you always for being here. You are amazing, and go find yourself a good book.